Welcome, everyone. Good day, good evening. Thank you for being here. I hope that you enjoyed my flute playing. Let me wrap it back up before I forget. Yes, Chris, that was me. Couldn't answer because I was playing. And I'm a big Shakuhachi flute fan, fanatic, aficionado. Shakuhachi flute to me is meditation in motion. It's a meditation. It's a different type of meditation for me. And I love it. So let me go ahead, and I hope you enjoyed my picture of my burning sage bundle that you see on the screen, and hopefully you can see it. It's a ceramic, not ceramic, it's a pottery. It's local earth is that the local earth? Yeah, that's made from local Hawk Mountain clay. So anyway, let's take a nice deep centering breath as we enter into this sacred circle this sacred space. Okay, thank you for being here. I'm going to end the screen saver, the screen save. That was my sage to smudge everyone as we entered into this space. Not sure how old. I think that picture, I think is from 2015. Okay. So welcome. Welcome. And here, I will show you the flute that I was playing. It's actually, it's made from bamboo from Japan. And it's a gentleman out in, I believe he's in California. And his name is Stephen Shepard. So this is one of my bamboo flutes. I guess it's what you would call a shakuhachi style. So this is my flute, and I absolutely love it. So there we go. All right. So I have a crystal that I want to introduce to you tonight, and for whatever reason, I can't seem to locate my crystal Bible or my Love is in the Earth. I know it's somewhere, but I haven't figured out where. And it's probably somewhere. But anyway, and I didn't want to take the Book of Stones out because it's holding up my milk crate bookshelf right here. So I have to figure, I have to figure out something. But anyway, so I went over to my bookshelf and picked up this book, which is called Crystal Enlightenment. And it's from Aurora Press, and it's by Katrina Raphael. And I think I've heard that, I don't know if Katrina Raphael's work came before Melodies. I'm not sure, but it's called The Transforming Properties of Crystals and Healing Stones. And then the volume 2, welcome everyone. The volume 2 is The Crystalline Transmission, a Synthesis of Light. Synthesis of Light. And so anyway, and this is the back cover of the book. Okay, so the crystal that I'm going to introduce you to today is this one, and this is fluorite. This beautiful man-carved pillar is fluorite. Let me see if I can get it better. If you can see that. It looks almost like quartz, and it's fairly translucent, and it's a very beautiful green tinge to it. Now this one, I think it might have a little dye on it, and that's something I wanted to mention to you. It's really best to get natural stones, stones that have not been treated in any way. So anyway, so this is fluorite. It usually comes in clusters, octahedrons, or pyramids. Fluorite is a multi-dimensional stone. It is the stone that manifests the highest aspect of mind, the mind that is attuned to spirit. From that exalted state of consciousness comes the intellectual understanding of truth, of cosmic concepts, of reality, and of the laws that govern the universe. Fluorite is for the advancement of mind, for developing the ability to comprehend and integrate the non-physical realities of the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimensions. When the mind is attuned to the essence of fluorite, it is possible to experience and know the inner sanctums of self. Oh, I didn't know that. See, this is why it's great to have several different metaphysical crystal books to get the metaphysical. That means the greater than just the physical, you know, like the moss scale and what the mineral is made of. The metaphysical properties is more of the spiritual properties. So it's really cool to have more than one book for that, because then you get various people's. I just need to fix the computer screen. You get various people's takes on the subject. Hold on one moment. There we go. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so he said, fluorite, it is possible to experience and know the inner sanctum of the self, where all knowledge and wisdom is contained. Fluorite balances the positive and negative aspects of mind. When these polarities equalize, it is possible to, the language of the book that's next to me, what, you mean this book right here? It says the universal language of Kabbalah. This is what is a Wesoteric Kabbalah book. And this is the Way of the Shaman. And then the one over here is Osho Zen Taro. Okay. Fluorite balances the positive and negative aspects of mind. When these polarities equalize, it is possible to experience the silence and peace of neutrality, merging into the eternal moment, where time stands still and the self unites with the infinite. But the experience of fluorite goes even one step beyond this. It incorporates the reality into the active mentality of daily living, enabling one to stay attuned to that source while functioning on the physical plane. When this occurs, all of the thoughts that emanate from the conscious or subconscious mind are tuned and aligned with the ultimate source of truth. Fluorite consciousness allows one to maintain awareness of the all, of the one, the all, while still claiming individual unique expression and existence. By doing this, it is possible to tap into vast resources and creative energy for manifestation in one's life. And actually, as I was reading this book, if you ever think it's possible to contain two thoughts in your mind at one time, as I was reading the words of the book, then all of a sudden I remembered where my two crystal books are. They are right next to my pillow, right next to my bed. So I'll have to remember that. So this is fluorite. And like I said, this piece, as I'm looking at it, I believe it has been dyed. You want to stay away from dyed stones. You want to only use stones that are natural, okay? Heat it, coat it, whatever. You want to stay away from that. And really, I mean, if you're using them for meditation and for healing purposes, then you want natural stones. If you're just using it for, because it's pretty, you can use whatever you want. So this is fluorite. All righty. That's okay. That's okay. It's very easy. You know, I'm always looking for any kind of distraction. Okay, so I'm going to do a reading from the Tao Te Ching, and we're going to read chapter 34 and chapter 35. So, and any of you that came on late, I invite you to listen to the very beginning of the recording, because I was playing my Shakuhachi flute then, and hope you enjoy it. I'm thinking maybe I might play a little bit of it on the outro. And I thank Chris for confusing my flute playing for my son. I take that as a compliment. Although he is the master of the trumpet. Not saying that I'm the master of the flute. By no means am I. But he couldn't make a sound on the Shakuhachi. So let's see. We're going to read chapter 34. Okay. So here we go. Chapter 34. This is the Tao Te Ching translation from Giafu, is it Feng, and his wife Jane English, and her beautiful artwork. Okay. 34. The great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right. The 10,000 things depend upon it. It holds nothing back. It fulfills its purpose silently and makes no claim. It nourishes the 10,000 things and yet is not their Lord. It has no aim. It is very small. The 10,000 things return to it, yet it is not their Lord. It is very great. It does not show greatness and is therefore truly great. Chapter 35. All men will come to him who keeps to the one, and there lie rest and happiness and peace. Passers-by may stop for music and good food, but a description of the Tao seems without substance or flavor. It cannot be seen, it cannot be heard, and yet it cannot be exhausted. Okay. I see your comment, Chris. You said it would be night. You'd love it if you join me one night live, maybe over winter break. Right now, he is up in Eastman School of Music in Rochester University, and even if he was here, I really doubt that he would come on with me. But you can check out some of his music if you go to, he has a Facebook page, facebook.com/Jamal Damien. That's his music page, and you have to put it in that way because otherwise you get his personal profile, and there might be some public music there as well. Okay, so we have the Tao Te Ching translated by Stephen Addis and Stanley Lombardo, chapter 34 and chapter 35. The Tao Fun Si, great Tao, overflows to the left, to the right. All beings owe their life to it and do not depart from it. It acts without a name. It clothes and nourishes all beings, but does not become their master. Enduring without desire, it may be called slight. All beings return to it, but it does not become their master. It may be called immense by not making itself great. It can do great things. And we have Stephen Mitchell. I think I might have done that order backwards this time. So Stephen Mitchell, chapter 34 and 35. The great Tao flows everywhere, All things are born from it, yet it doesn't create them. It pours itself into its work, yet it makes no claim. It nourishes infinite worlds, yet it doesn't hold onto them. Since it is merged with all things and hidden in their hearts, it can be called humble. Since all things vanish into it and it alone endures, it can be called great. It isn't aware of its greatness, thus, it is truly great. She who is centered in the Tao can go where she wishes without danger. She perceives the universal harmony even amid great pain because she has found peace in her heart. Music or the smell of good cooking may make people stop and enjoy, but words that point to the Tao seem monotonous and without flavor. When you look for it, there is nothing to see. When you listen for it, there is nothing to hear. When you use it, it is inexhaustible. And that's the Stephen Mitchell, which I think I should have read the Stephen Mitchell first. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. Let go, Tamu. Let go. All right. And this is John C.H. Wu, chapter 34 and chapter 35. The great Tao is universal like a flood. How can it be turned to the right or to the left? All creatures depend upon it, and it denies nothing to anyone. It does its work, but it makes no claims for itself. It clothes and feeds all, but it does not lord it over them. Thus, it may be called the little. All things return to it as to their home, but it does not lord it over them. Thus, it may be called the great. It is just because it does not wish to be great that its greatness is fully realized. In chapter 35, he who holds the great symbol will attract all things to him. They flock to him and receive no harm, for in him they find peace, security, and happiness. Music and dainty dishes can only make a passing guest pause, but the words of Tao possess lasting effects. Though they are mild and flavorless, though they appeal neither to the eye nor to the ear. Now, I thought that was really interesting that if you notice the nuances, the differences between the various translations, and some of them are really vastly different, really vastly different. And I mean more than just the use of the pronoun he or she. But the truth of what Lao Tzu was attempting to convey in the, traditional Chinese. When we read various translations and some that are so diametrically different, you know, it gives us a better view, a better possibility to find our own interpretation of the Tao somewhere in between the pages, in between the binding. So again, I encourage you to purchase, go to secondhand store, used store, and even check online for PDFs. Okay, so what I want to do next is go ahead and bring in a little bit of the divine feminine. We're going to check in with the divine feminine as our ancestors may have connected and are used ancestors collectively. The various aspects of the divine feminine are from various cultures. Let's see. Part of the deck is upside down. There we go. Various cultures from all over. Did I completely? I don't know. Anyway, various cultures all over the world. There we go. We have Kuan Yin there. We have Hecate. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give up on trying to get them upright. I know I'm not reading any reversals. But let me go ahead and shuffle the deck and see what the divine feminine has to say to us. Okay. Oh, all right. So we have today, we have Hathor. Hathor. Pleasure. There we go. Pleasure with Hathor. Go ahead and read from her. There we go. So Hathor, pleasure. When you come to me, I take your spirit from the stars and clothe it in a body of sensation to finally focus you on form, to benignly bask you in bliss. You are here to experience delight, enjoy gratification, know satisfaction, have pleasure in all ways, in all modes, in all aspects. Pleasure makes you juicy, twinkles your eyes, enlivens your life force. The exquisiteness of existence is pleasure. Get ready to feel so good. And that is what Hathor, the message, this particular aspect of Hathor. Hathor, though depicted in many forms, was mainly associated with the winged cow of creation. As birth and death goddess, she was credited with creating the body for the immortal spirit to reside in. As creator of the body, she also governed all bodily pleasures, sound, music, song, dance, art, love, and touch. It was said that she attended the birth of every child and revealed the pattern of its destiny. She was worshipped in Egypt for more than 3,000 years. Hathor is here to tell you that the way to wholeness for you lies in connecting with what brings you pleasure and in experiencing pleasure. Have you been taught that pleasure is forbidden, something sinful or evil? Are you so busy fulfilling your commitments that pleasure is relegated to the bottom of your list? Do you deny pleasure in order to get work done? Stop. Time to change all that. Pleasure relieves stress and relaxes and refreshes you. Pleasure is the body's way of experiencing health and vitality. Pleasure is the oil that keeps you lubricated and lush. Hathor says that since you have chosen to be here in a physical body, you might as well enjoy it. Don't wait for others to fulfill this need. Plan to give yourself pleasure daily, and you will find satisfaction dancing in your life. So there you go. So I will ask you, have you been denying yourself pleasure? And if you haven't, what ways have you invited pleasure into your life? As I was reading from the little blue book here, and this is Goddess Oracle, and you can purchase it on Amazon. And no, I do not get any kickbacks from this. I just love this deck. I've had it for about 10 years now. And the artwork is by Harana Janto, and the words are by Amy Sophia Marishinsky. Chris says, okay, sounds a bit sexual. No, sensual. Things could, sensual. I think one of the things people kind of we get our wires crossed, that sensual has to mean sexual, and it really doesn't. You know, sensual, experiencing sensation, your senses. Sensual can, you know, incorporate looking at beautiful art, looking at a beautiful body, a beautiful person. Sensual, when, I don't know if any of you guys saw my post on Facebook where I posted the apple pie that I had at Thanksgiving that I purchased from a local friend, an organic baker. To me, that was very sensual. And when I cut into it and I ate it and I just savored and relished every piece of it. I mean, sensual and sexual, yes, they are connected, but sensual doesn't always have to be sexual, is what I'm saying. So as I was saying, you know, what ways have you allowed yourself to be sensual? To, you know, if you purchased a silky dress and feeling that dress drape on your skin, feeling how that feels, that's a very sensual experience. I mean, as an artist, you know, me painting is a very sensual and a very pleasurable experience. It's not necessarily sexual. As I was reading the book, I had two examples that kind of popped into my mind. And one of them, this was about 14 years ago. For whatever reason, I was dealing with a great deal of acid reflux, and I had no idea how it started or where, you know, where it came from, how it started. I'm sure it had to do with some stress that I was dealing with, but it got to a place where every time I ate, no matter what it was that I ate, I immediately had heartburn, severe heartburn. Maybe it wasn't so much acid. I guess acid reflux and heartburn are connected. I know we have a nurse here. And no, sexual, yes, sensual can be sexual. Sexual is definitely sensual, but not all sensual is sexual, meaning it doesn't end up you having sex. There we go. Music Heals Me says sexual can be sensual, but sensual doesn't have to be sexual. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say. So anyway, so I had a severe case of everything I ate. It got to a point where I did not like to eat because no matter what I ate, how small the portion was, I immediately had the worst case of heartburn, acid reflux. It was horrible. And this lasted, it maybe a couple of weeks. I'm not sure, but it lasted a good while that I was really starting to get worried. Well, I ended up going on a date. Okay. And while I was on this date, and I wasn't, I liked the person more for a friend than a date or anything romantic. But this person began to softly caress my back as I was sitting next to him. And when I first experienced him caressing my back, I was kind of like, ugh, I don't know if I want him caressing my back. And then a little voice in my head said, just relax, just enjoy the moment. You're just sitting here talking, just enjoying the moment. So I took a deep breath and I allowed myself to just relax into the moment and enjoy the experience because it felt very pleasurable having my back stroke. And would you believe that after that, I no longer experienced heartburn and acid reflux? It like went away after that because I think after that we had dinner or something on the date. So in the reading, we read that the way to wholeness, the way to healing, the way to wholeness is to allow yourself to experience pleasure. Pleasure can come in all different forms, you know. At the moment when I want to read or I want to do something on the internet, and my 7-year-old is like, Mom, come play a game with me. I can make that choice. I can recoil from that and say, no, I'm too busy, or I can enjoy the pleasure of just being in that moment and playing the game. It's a pleasurable and enjoy, the emotions and even the good hormones that come up. Allowing yourself to indulge in the pleasure of the moment. And it's enjoyable and it's beautiful. So anyway, Hathor is asking you to peek into the areas where you are denying yourself, where you're denying yourself to give a friend a hug, which can be a sensual experience, a pleasurable experience. It does not have to be a sexual experience. I am a heterosexual woman and I enjoy receiving hugs from both my male friends and my female friends. And it's those full, good, embracing, warm bodily hugs. There's pleasure in that. There's sensualness in that. So there you go. So there we go. All right. So anyone have any questions or anything they want me to pull a card? I can bring out the Cosmic Deck of Initiation. If anyone wants me to pull a card for them, a integrator. I don't know if I've ever pulled a card for you before, but if you would like, or anyone, you can do that before I head out. I think I'm going to go and enjoy an episode of Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. So anyway, so I'll give you a moment while I shuffle the cards. No. All right. All right. So if no one interested in having a card pull for them, I'm just going to pull one for all of us. Chris Monet says, you look like a young Whitney Houston. I've had that said to me by various people. I don't see it. Not at all, but I'll take that as a compliment. I wish I could sing like her. Okay. Let's see. All right. This is an awesome card. So I pulled the card Unity. Unity. Unity means different things for different people. Unity. There we go. So let's see what the little white book has to say on unity. Unity. Okay. Where is unity? All right. There we go. Unity. And before we go, if anyone wants a card pulled for them, go ahead and put me in the chat room. Okay? Put me in the chat room and I will pull a card for you. So unity. A unity within the self has been achieved. Union of the higher, lower self. Strength and freedom. Strength and freedom are within unity. Things that may have seemed askew now come together. You move forward with greater integrated effort. This energy represents an area of your life where there is an ease of flow. So this is unity. So this unity is, oh, let me not cover that, is inviting you to look within yourself and find the means and the method for you to integrate those aspects of yourself. You know, the light, the shadow, the masculine, the feminine. Find those areas where you can more fully integrate. You know, we always have a tendency to feel that we're not enough. We're afraid to step out and to recognize and be recognized on our own, as well as allow ourselves to be recognized for our accomplishments, for our various abilities. So I look at this unity card as an invitation for all of us to release that fear and that self-consciousness, that feeling that we have to keep ourselves low, we have to keep a certain amount of humility, meaning that we are not allowed to own who we are and the things that we've accomplished. And I feel that when we step forward and claim and rightly claim who we are, accept our accomplishments, and to have a sense of pride in our accomplishments and to share our accomplishments with others, that's one more step of integrating ourselves, integrating the various aspects of ourselves. Okay, so I see music heals me. Put me in the comment section so I will pull a card for her. And anyone else wants me to, go ahead and put me in there. So music heals me. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the deck. Go ahead and meditate on the deck as I'm pulling the card. Meditate within yourself. Welcome, Mak El Bay. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. I invite you to watch the video from the beginning. I did a little playing of Shakuhachi Flute and read from the Tao Te Ching and shared our crystal for the day. And right now, I'm pulling a card from the deck, the Cosmic Deck of Initiation, which is a very beautiful meditative deck. Thank you. Thank you. And peace and bliss to you. All right. So, Music Heals Me. This is for you. Okay. Ooh, here you go. Here's a good one. Universal abundance. Universal abundance. If anyone else wants a reading, please go ahead and put me in there. Music Heals Me. This is for you. Universal abundance. Oh, what ways are you seeing some beautiful abundance springing forth in your life? And I know a lot of people feel that abundance means monetary abundance. Well, that's good, but it's not the only sort of abundance. And really, we can remember that money is an invention of man. It's not an invention of nature. So true abundance, I believe, comes from the people in our lives, comes from our own inner joy, our own inner happiness, our health, and has a wonderful wealth there. So universal abundance. Here you go, Music Heals Me. Great abundance is yours if you reach for it. Abundance is within. Choose to acknowledge it. As you recognize the abundance around you, it will increase. This is a time to harvest the abundance within you. Abundance flows your way. Be open to it. To be abundant is to experience the joy of creation. So there you go. Music Heals Me. You have some new abundance in your life coming your way. Are you stepping into a new mode of abundance? And I see a integrator. It said me and Mak El Bay, me. Okay, so I have two more readings before I bring this to an end. Okay, so that is for you, Music Heals Me. All right, so integrator, this is for you. Go ahead and meditate within yourself. I know I say meditate on the deck. What I mean is meditate within yourself as I shuffle this deck for you. Okay. Got some emotions coming up here. Let's see. So for you, a integrator, we have Cancer, the zodiacal sign of Cancer. However, do you want to display this card? A integrator. Okay, Cancer. The home within, the resting place of spirit, the earth mother, our point of contact with the material realm. This energy nurtures the soul and generates the flowering of the energies of this life. You awake to the real world. The energy heals and comforts. Work done within awaits expression. So I see this Cancer card being united with the Unity card. This Cancer card is inviting you within integrator. It's inviting you to nurture and nourish that home within you, to tap into those energies, to see the beauty that awaits you when you're truly tapped within, embracing all of the aspects of your emotional self. Here you go, an integrator. This is for you. And for any of you, whenever I do, pull a card for you, and if you feel a particular affinity for the card and would like to have a picture of it so you can meditate on it or be reminded, you can either do a Google search. There's plenty of pictures of the deck online, or if you like, I can take a snapshot and send the picture of the card to you in an email. You can contact me through my website, which is www.mynametamungina.com. So there you go. That's for you, an integrator. So Mak El Bay, this is for you. Go ahead and meditate. Meditate. Go within as I shuffle the deck for you. And you mentioned that you want a private consultation. You can check out my website, Tamu and Ngina, www.tamungina.com, to get in contact with me. So there we go. So meditate. This is for you, Mak El Bay. Okay. Oh, there we go. Here's another good card. Universal love. There we go. Universal love. You are welcome, a integrator. You say, wow, I love it. Thank you. Thank you, an integrator. So this is universal love for Mak El Bay. Mak El Bay. There you go. Universal love. I like how the yellow, the light, the white light, the yellow, the golden light, and then it radiates out into the green, and the pink on the outer side, the green and the pink represent unconditional love. And you have the shades of blue and purple, which for me represents the throat chakra, your ability to express love, your ability to speak through love. You know, as you're speaking your truth in love. And then you have the purple, which can, you know, represent the third eye or represent your crown, receiving that love, that, you know, that unconditional universal love, receiving it down into your being, causing that inner light to shine. All right, so let's see. Excuse me, I have these legs that for whatever reason I'm still not used to these legs. So I gotta adjust them in the chair. Okay, so let me look up universal love in the little white booklet. Okay. Okay. Universal love. You have transcended self and touched into universal love. You draw to the selflessness that is within all. The giving of the higher self in communion with the energies of the universe. You become a channel to the universal, moving away from a focus on self. Unconditional love. There is a greater oneness within than ever before. So this card, this universal love card, to me is like a message. And I like how the colors graduate into, to me, this is like, this represents your soul. This represents your spark of the divinity that is within. And it's calling you to delve even deeper into your meditation, delve even deeper into building that inner sanctum so that you can fully and truly express the modes of universal love that you need to, you know, to those loved ones in your life, as well as those people that you touch within your own personal ministry. The ways that you reach out to, you know, people in your community, people in your job, people that you pass as you're walking by in the street, in the mall, at the grocery store. You have a message that you are called to share. And so universal love is calling you to really connect with that inner sanctum, to find that unity within yourself so that you can express, truly express that love with others. Thank you. Okay. All right. So what I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and bring this to a close because I'm ready to chill. So I am going to do two things. I'm going to put back, let me take a little sip of my magnesium. First, I want to thank all of you for being here. And you know what? When I just put my magnesium back, I just remembered. Let's see. There was one thing that I wanted to share with you from Eckhart Tolle. And hopefully I haven't bored you yet, but I want to go ahead and share this with you and then bring in my outro. Listen to me, I think I'm a music star. Bring in my outro with the flute. Okay, from Eckhart Tolle. When you lose touch with inner stillness, you lose touch with yourself. When you lose touch with yourself, you lose touch. You lose yourself in the world. Your innermost sense of self, of who you are, is inseparable from stillness. This is the I am that is deeper than name and form. Stillness is your essential nature. What is stillness? The inner space or awareness in which the words on this page are being perceived and become thoughts. Without that awareness, there would be no perception, no thoughts, no world. You are that awareness disguised as a person. So I want to thank you for being here. And I'm going to switch the image now. And as we take steps to release ourselves from this session, I thank all of you. I thank all of you for being here. So I'm going to invite us to release ourselves from this circle at this time, but know that we are always and always connected. I'll hit the chime and then I'm going to play my flute for a few moments. And I wish all of you great peace, great bliss. Let's take a moment to remember our ancestors and all those who have transitioned before us. Let's take a nice, deep, centering breath. I wish you peace and great bliss.
I wish you peace and great bliss, and thank you.